All right, Chicago fans, good news. You finally have a bright spot on your team on the defensive side of the ball after all of the negative news that's coming out of Chicago. You can be excited for a young, dynamic playmaker, Jaquan Brisker. He went off in his preseason game, and we're going to get into all of the details of why it was so great. But before we get there, NFL season, preseason started. The season's right around the corner, but that means in just a few week and a half or so, college football is back. And we want to know, leave us a comment in the comments below. Who is your favorite college team? Is it the University of Illinois, Northwestern, Loyola, DePaul? Is it Eastern Illinois? There's so many teams in Chicago that you have a lot of options to choose from. So in the comments below, let us know who your favorite college team is. But nonetheless, Nick, let's get into young Jaquan Brisker.
Yeah, so Brisker obviously impressed in his debut with the Chicago Bears against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the thing with Brisker was he did everything. He was flying all over the field. He was a physical player making plays, and he impressed head coach Matt Eberflus. This is what Eberflus said. That tackling, deflecting the ball, I think he should have maybe had a takeaway or two. He was high energy. Man, he likes to hit. I really like that aggressive style for him. Now he's playing right now. I think when I watched the game and Brisker's performance, I was blown away with not just how aggressive he was and how he flew around the field, but how much he was able to do so many different things. He lined up in the box as the eighth safety. He was a two deep safety. He had the center field look on some plays. Some plays he rotated to sort of that cover one robber coverage. Another play he blitzed off the edge. He got his tackle for loss as an edge run support defender. He was in press man-on-man coverage against tight ends in multiple situations, including Travis Kelce. I think I was really blown away with Brisker's versatility and how he could line up and play everywhere and do it at a high level and make a lot of big plays. What do you think about Brisker and his performance?
I was very impressed with Brisker's performance, and what Eberflus said is, man, he loves to hit. That was impressive to me as well because he laid out Sky Moore on after a catch. He actually crushed him. And he also lit up Derek Gore as well. So in the run support, he in coverage, laying the wood, run support, laying the wood. So everywhere he was going, he's going to be feared when you see number 9 show up around the corner. You don't want to get hit by that guy. Obviously, he could have had a couple of takeaways. So that's something that is, a bright spot for him. If he cleans that up a little bit, he could make even more of a playmaker. But like what you said, he's playing all around the field. He reminds me of, the Micah Parsons of safeties almost. He could line up like in all different aspects of the game. And I think in today's NFL, it's something that everybody tries to do. And just like Micah Parsons, in a sense, you can't force it. You have to let it come to you. You can't go draft a guy. I think of the Arizona player,
Buda Baker.
Isaiah Simmons, I believe is his name.
Yeah, from Clemson.
Yep. He was a hybrid guy. He was supposed to be so dynamic, and he's okay, and he's kind of filling in. But early on, he was expected to go out there and be, this hybrid player who could play all over the field, and it kind of didn't work out quite as well early on. But with Parsons and Brisker, they bring them in, and they're expected to do one thing, and you kind of just find out that they can do all of these other things, and that's what makes them so special. It's almost like a little bit of a surprise. So,
where did Parsons play it in college?
This really small college that doesn't really produce a ton of players called Penn State. Maybe you heard of it.
Where did Brisker play college?
Yeah, a lot of great young defenders. Like, I'm telling you, Penn State has been pumping players out. Odafe Oweh in Baltimore. Yeturgros Matos over in Carolina, I believe. There's a lot of great players coming out of Penn State. So it's almost like you get a guy from Penn State, you're looking pretty solid so far.
Yeah, and speaking of pretty solid, I took a few screen caps of one particular third down. I want to walk through what makes Brisker special real quick. So I think this first shot is just going to be a pre-snap. You're seeing him against the Kansas City Chiefs. They're circled in red. He's the second of two deep safeties. You see the other safety just off to the right there, just off the screen. But this is right at the pre-snap. And you're going to see here as we go to the second slide, this is a coverage where Brisker is going to rotate down to that cover one robber look. And you can see here, he's looking right at that slot receiver running right at him, and he's got him covered. He's in perfect situation. He took that away. So it's third down. He did his job. That's fantastic. But what happens next is the quarterback here, I believe that's Chad Henne, recognizes he's covered, and it's in man coverage except for Brisker, who's covering that middle zone. He's like, oh, I've got a lane to run to the right and make the first down. Brisker, 2 seconds later, denies him. He covers that ground immediately, gets him on the ground. Henne's forced to slide, no gain, punt. That's the kind of playmaking I really love from a guy like Brisker, because he did his job, right? He disguised the coverage well, the two deep disguise into the cover one robber. He took away the slot receiver. Perfect. Great job. But he's such a gamer and a talented guy that he recognized the scramble and got to the quarterback for no gain. That is the high-level playmaking, executing the defense and making plays beyond that. Brings up the comparisons to guys like Micah Parsons and some other young defensive talents that have come out of Penn State and in the past few years. I'm really excited to see how Brisker develops, because it's these kind of plays that could make a big difference in a very young and very talented Bears secondary.
All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.